The 1980s was a golden era for agricultural engineering. Before computers took over, combines were built with mechanical simplicity, bulletproof drivetrains, and components you could actually repair in the field with a wrench and some know-how. These machines were designed during an economic boom in agriculture, when manufacturers were competing to build the toughest, most reliable equipment possible. Fast forward to today, and these vintage combines have developed almost cult-like followings among farmers who value dependability over technology. So let's dive into our countdown of the 10 most unstoppable 1980s combines still working in fields today. Number 10. International Harvester 1460 Axial Flow. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the International Harvester 1460 Axial Flow, produced from 1977 through the mid-1980s. Now, you might be thinking this predates our 1980s timeframe, but these machines were so dominant throughout the decade that they deserve recognition. The 1460 was revolutionary because it was one of the first successful single-rotor combine designs. While conventional combines used a cylinder and straw walkers, the 1460 featured a rotary design that processed grain through a single large rotor. This meant fewer moving parts, better grain quality, and exceptional performance in tough conditions. Under the hood, the 1460 packed a turbocharged 436 cubic inch diesel engine producing around 145 horsepower. That might not sound like much compared to today's 400-plus horsepower monsters, but the 1460's efficient design meant it could punch well above its weight class. What makes these machines still desirable today? Simplicity. The mechanical systems are straightforward, parts are still available, and any competent mechanic can keep one running. Farmers particularly love them for small to medium-sized operations, where a modern combine would be overkill both in capacity and cost. Many 1460s have clocked over 5,000 separator hours and are still going strong. In the used market, a well-maintained 1460 can fetch between $15,000 and $30,000, which is incredible value when you consider what you're getting. Number 9. John Deere 7720T. At number 9, we have the iconic John Deere 7720, which dominated American fields throughout the 1980s. This conventional combine represented the pinnacle of traditional cylinder and walker technology, and many farmers argue it's the best conventional combine ever built. The 7720 was powered by a John Deere 404 cubic inch turbocharged diesel engine, producing 145 horsepower. It featured a 24-foot grain platform capacity and could harvest up to 125 bushels per acre in optimal conditions. The conventional design with straw walkers was proven technology that farmers trusted implicitly. What sets the 7720 apart is its legendary durability. These combines were built like tanks, with heavy cast iron components and robust drivetrain systems that could handle decades of abuse. The straightforward mechanical controls meant fewer things could go wrong, and when something did break, it was usually an easy field repair. Today, 7720s are particularly popular among organic farmers and those running smaller operations. They're also favorites for custom harvesters who need reliable backup machines. The fact that you can still find parts easily and that independent mechanics know these machines inside and out makes them practical choices even in 2024. Farmers often report 7720s with over 4,000 hours still performing like new. The used market reflects this reliability, with clean examples commanding $20,000 to $40,000 depending on condition and hours. Number 8. Gleaner N6. Coming in at number 8 is the Gleaner N6, a machine that's often overlooked but has an almost fanatical following among those who know it. Produced by Allis-Chalmers and later AGCO, the N6 represented the evolution of Gleaner's unique transverse rotor design. The N6 featured a longitudinal rotor system that was different from both conventional and other rotary designs. This system provided excellent grain quality and was particularly effective in corn and soybeans. Powered by an Allis-Chalmers 301 cubic inch turbocharged engine, producing around 180 horsepower, the N6 was a capable machine that could keep up with larger operations. What makes the N6 special is its simplicity and efficiency. The rotary design was less complex than conventional combines, with fewer chains, belts, and moving parts to maintain. Gleaner engineers focused on creating a machine that was easy to operate and maintain, and they succeeded brilliantly. N6 owners are among the most loyal in agriculture. Many farmers who bought Gleaners in the 1980s are still running them today, often alongside much newer equipment. The machine's reputation for fuel efficiency is legendary. They could harvest more acres per gallon than almost anything else on the market. Finding parts can be slightly more challenging than for John Deere or Case IH equipment, but the AgeCo network and dedicated Gleaner specialists keep these machines running. Well-maintained N6s typically sell for $15,000 to $30,000, representing exceptional value for their capability. Number 7. Case IH 1660 Axial Flow. At number 7, we have the Case IH 1660 Axial Flow, the successor to the International Harvester machines after the merger with Case. Introduced in the mid-1980s, the 1660 refined the already excellent axial flow design into what many consider the perfect size combine for family farms. The 1660 featured a Case 505 cubic inch turbocharged diesel engine producing 195 horsepower, giving it significantly more power than its predecessor, while maintaining excellent fuel efficiency. The single-rotor design continued to deliver superior grain quality and performance in challenging crop conditions. What makes the 1660 legendary is its reliability and ease of maintenance. These machines were built during a period when Case IH was competing fiercely with John Deere for market dominance, and quality was paramount. The result was a combine that could run season after season with minimal downtime. The 1660 strikes an ideal balance. It's large enough to handle serious acreage, but not so massive that it becomes impractical for smaller operations. This sweet spot has kept demand high in the used market, particularly among farmers who want proven reliability without the complexity and expense of modern machines. Parts availability remains excellent, and there's a huge knowledge base among mechanics and farmers who've kept these machines running for decades. Many 1660s have surpassed 6,000 separator hours and show no signs of slowing down. Used values range from $25,000 to $50,000 depending on condition and location. Number 6. Massey Ferguson 857D. At the halfway point, we have the Massey Ferguson 8570, one of the most underrated combines of the 90s. While Massey Ferguson may not have the same market dominance as John Deere or Case IH in North America, the 8570 was an exceptional machine that's still proving its worth today. The 8570 was a conventional combine featuring a Perkins V8 diesel engine, producing around 170 horsepower. It was known for exceptional threshing ability and grain quality, particularly in small grains like wheat and barley. The British engineering influence meant attention to detail and build quality that was second to none. What sets the 8570 apart is its versatility and gentle handling of grain. Farmers who grow specialty crops or seed production particularly value these machines for their ability to minimize grain damage. The conventional design with straw walkers was refined to near perfection, and the machine's capacity belied its modest horsepower rating. Massey Ferguson combines have always had strong followings in certain regions, particularly in wheat country and internationally. The 8570 exemplifies why these machines just work, year after year, with straightforward maintenance and sensible engineering. While parts availability isn't quite as universal as John Deere, the Massey Ferguson dealer network remains strong, and many components are still manufactured or available through aftermarket suppliers. Clean 8570s typically sell for $15,000 to $35,000, offering tremendous value for serious farmers. Number 5. John Deere 8820. Landing at number 5 is the mighty John Deere 8820, the flagship of John Deere's conventional combine lineup in the 1980s. This was the machine that large-scale farmers depended on, and it's easy to see why it's still working in fields decades later. The 8820 was powered by a John Deere 466 cubic inch turbocharged diesel engine producing 175 horsepower. giving it the muscle to handle large grain platforms and heavy crop conditions. With a 30-foot platform capacity, the 8820 could cover serious ground, and its conventional design delivered excellent grain quality. What makes the 8820 truly special is its reputation as virtually indestructible. These combines were built during a time when John Deere's manufacturing quality was at its peak. Heavy-duty components, robust construction, and over-engineering meant these machines could handle abuse that would destroy lesser equipment. Many farmers bought 8820s new in the 1980s and are still using them as primary machines today. That's over 40 years of service from a single combine, nearly unheard of in modern agriculture. The mechanical systems are so reliable that some farmers report going entire seasons with nothing more than routine maintenance. The 8820 also benefits from John Deere's parts network, which remains the best in the industry. If you need a part, you can get it, often within a day. This parts availability, combined with the machine's inherent reliability, makes the 8820 a practical choice even in used values reflect this quality, with good 8820s commanding $30,000 to $60,000. Some pristine, low-hour examples have sold for even more to collectors and farmers who want the absolute best. Number 4. International Harvester 1480 Axial Flow. Coming in strong at number 4 is the International Harvester 1480 Axial Flow, the biggest and baddest of IH's 1980s combine lineup. This machine represented the pinnacle of pre-merger international harvester engineering, and it's a beast that refuses to quit. The 1480 featured a massive turbocharged diesel engine producing around 190 horsepower, giving it the grunt to handle large headers and heavy crop conditions without breaking a sweat. The refined axial flow design meant excellent performance in virtually any crop, from corn to wheat to soybeans. What makes the 1480 legendary is its capacity and reliability in one package. These machines could match or exceed the output of much larger modern combines while maintaining simpler, more repairable systems. Farmers who run 1480s often talk about them with genuine affection, describing them as the last great combines before everything became computerized. The build quality on 1480s is exceptional. International Harvester knew they were in a fight for survival in the early 1980s, and they built these machines to prove they could compete with anyone. The result was a combine that has stood the test of time better than perhaps any other machine of its era. Today, 1480s are highly sought after, particularly in corn and soybean country, where their rotary design shines. Many have been meticulously maintained by their original owners and passed down through generations. The machine's reputation means that good examples command premium prices, often selling for $35,000 to $65,000. Parts remain available through the Case IH network, and there's a thriving aftermarket for components. Many farmers keep 1480s as primary machines even when they can afford new equipment, simply because they know these combines will start every morning and run all day without drama. Number 3. John Deere 6620. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is the John Deere 6620, which many farmers and mechanics consider the single most reliable combine ever built. That's a bold claim, but the 6620's reputation backs it up. Produced throughout the 1980s, the 6620 was a mid-sized conventional combine that hit the sweet spot for countless family farms. Powered by a John Deere turbocharged diesel engine producing around 125–130 horsepower, it wasn't the biggest or most powerful combine on the market, but it was arguably the most dependable. What makes the 6620 number 3 on our list is its legendary simplicity and durability. Every system on this machine was designed with reliability as the top priority. The conventional cylinder and walker design was proven technology, refined to near perfection. The mechanical systems were straightforward with minimal electrical components to fail. Farmers who bought 6620s in the 1980s are often still running them as primary machines today. Stories of 6620s with 5,000, 6,000, even 7,000 separator hours are common, and many of these machines are still performing flawlessly. The combination of John Deere's parts availability and the machine's inherent reliability means that keeping a 6620 running is straightforward and affordable. The 6620 is particularly popular among organic farmers, custom harvesters looking for reliable backup machines, and small to mid-sized operations where a modern combine would be overkill. The fact that you can operate and maintain a 6620 without computer diagnostic tools is increasingly valuable in an era of right-to-repair concerns. In the used market, clean 6620s are highly prized, often selling for $25,000 to $50,000. Low-hour examples in exceptional condition can command even more, especially in areas where these machines are particularly revered. Number 2. Case IH1680. Axial flow. Coming in at number 2 is the Case IH1680 axial flow, widely considered one of the greatest combines ever made. Introduced in the late 1980s, the 1680 represented the evolution of Case IH's axial flow technology into a machine that balanced power, capacity, and reliability better than perhaps any combine before or since. The 1680 was powered by a Case 505 cubic-inch turbocharged diesel engine, producing 210 horsepower, giving it serious muscle while maintaining reasonable fuel consumption. The refined single-rotor design delivered exceptional performance across all crop types, with grain quality that matched or exceeded conventional machines. What puts the 1680 at number 2 is its reputation as the most reliable large-frame combine of its generation. These machines were built during Case IH's golden era, when the company was pushing hard to establish dominance in the rotary combine market. The quality control was exceptional, with heavy-duty components throughout and engineering focused on long-term durability. Farmers who run 1680s often say they're the last combines they'll ever need. These machines regularly surpass 6,000 separator hours and keep going. The design is robust enough to handle high-capacity operation, yet simple enough that maintenance and repairs can be done without factory technicians and specialized computer equipment. The 1680 also benefits from excellent parts availability through the Case IH network. Virtually every component is still available, and because so many of these machines were sold, there's a healthy aftermarket and salvage yard presence for parts as well. Today, 1680s are among the most sought-after used combines on the market. Clean examples with reasonable hours command $40,000 to $70,000, and low-hour machines in exceptional condition can exceed that. Some farmers who bought 1680s new consider them the best investment they ever made in farm equipment. Number 1. Gleaner R60. And taking the top spot at number 1 is the Gleaner R60, a machine that combines everything we love about 1980s combines: simplicity, reliability, efficiency, and performance that rivals machines twice its price. Introduced in the late 1980s, the R60 represented the pinnacle of Gleaner's transverse rotor technology. Powered by an Allis-Chalmers or later Cummins turbocharged diesel producing around 215 horsepower, the R60 was a serious machine that could handle large operations with ease. What makes the R60 our number 1 choice is its combination of efficiency and reliability that's unmatched even today. These machines are famous for harvesting more acres per gallon of fuel than virtually any other combine, which over thousands of hours translates to enormous cost savings. The rotary design is simpler than conventional combines, with fewer moving parts and less maintenance required. Gleaner's engineering philosophy focused on making machines that farmers could maintain and repair themselves, and the R60 exemplifies this perfectly. The design is logical, accessible, and straightforward. There are no unnecessary complications, just solid engineering focused on doing the job reliably. R60 owners are among the most passionate and loyal in agriculture. Many farmers who switched to Gleaner in the 1980s have never gone back, running R60s as their primary machines even as neighbors upgrade to the latest technology. These machines just work, season after season, with minimal drama. The fuel efficiency alone makes R60s attractive, but when you factor in reliability, parts availability through AGCO, and relatively low purchase prices, they represent perhaps the best value in used combines today. Clean R60s typically sell for $30,000 to $60,000, though exceptional examples command more. Many R60s are still running with their original engines and major components, a testament to the machine's durability. Farmers report 6,000 plus separator hours with nothing more than routine maintenance, and some machines have surpassed 8,000 hours and are still going strong. There you have it, 10 unstoppable combines from the 1980s that are still earning their keep in fields around the world. From the iconic John Deere 6020 to our #1 pick, the efficient and reliable Gleaner R60, these machines prove that good engineering and quality construction create equipment that can last generations. What these combines all share is a design philosophy that prioritized simplicity, reliability, and repairability over complexity and features. They were built during an era when manufacturers competed on quality and durability, and the results speak for themselves, machines that are still working productively 40+ years later. For farmers looking at used equipment, these 1980s combines represent exceptional value. They can often do 80% of what a modern combine does for 10–15% of the cost, without the complexity and expensive repairs that come with modern computerized systems. In an era of right-to-repair debates and skyrocketing equipment costs, that's more relevant than ever. If you own one of these legendary machines, consider yourself lucky. You're running a piece of agricultural history that's still proving its worth every harvest. And if you're considering buying used equipment, any of these combines would be an excellent choice that could serve your operation for decades to come. What's your experience with 1980s combines? Do you have a favorite we didn't mention? Drop a comment below and let us know. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more agricultural content. Until next time, keep those combines rolling